Hello students, this is your last year question paper of Indian Writing in English, Prose and Poetry for B.A. secondary students. And now just have a look at the paper, what kind of questions have been asked. This paper is divided into 5 sections A, B, C, D and E. Section A will have very short answer type questions and it will contain one question of 10 parts requiring short answer. All these 10 parts will be compulsory to answer. Section B, C, D and E descriptive answer questions. Each contains only 2 questions and you have to answer only one question from each section and answer will be descriptive. So now just come to section A, very short answer type questions. This section contains one question of 10 parts and this time, okay, this paper is different from your another paper of British poetry because the very first section gave you 2 marks for each question, but this time each part carries only 1 mark. So total questions will be 10 and aggregate will also be 10. So what kind of questions have been asked? Look one by one. The very first is, which poet used the heroic couplet for the first time in England? What is blank verse? What is objective writing in prose? What is the difference between autobiography and memoir? Mention the important characteristics of biography. Where, according to Tagore, God can be found in the poem Leave This Chanting, after whose name Spenserian stanza has been named. What are palanquin bearers doing? Describe any one travelogue from India. When did biographies in English language appear? Right? All these were your 10 questions. Now come to the short section B, C, descriptive answer type questions. Each section contains 2 questions. Attempt one question from each section and each question will carry only 10 marks. Answer of course will be descriptive. So you have to answer here of 4 questions and each question will give you 10 marks. So aggregate will be 40. Now section B, what is the central theme of the poem Anxiety? Write a note on the imagery in the poem A River. You have been given here option O, 2 or 3. You have to answer only to one question from this section B. And again another question either 4th or 5th from section C. Give a description of noon as given by Kamala Das in her poem A Hot Noon in Malabar. Discuss the theme of the poem Leave This Chanting by Rabindranath Tagore. Again you have been given here option. You have to answer only to one question from this section also. Section D, discuss the 3 stages of human life cycle as depicted in the poem Indian Weavers. Give a critical study of the poem Soap by Nizam Ezekiel, right? And again you have to answer to only one question. Means you have to answer 3 descriptive questions and these will carry 10 marks each. Now section E, attempt any 2 parts of this question. Means now you have been given here 4 questions and out of 4 you have to answer to 2 questions and each question will carry only 5 marks. So aggregate will be 10 of this section. Means you can say that here you are being asked short type question. Attempt any 2 parts of this question. Each part carries only 5 marks. The very first is discuss Tilak as a politician. What is Bankim Chandra's contribution to India? What did Shri Aurobindo do after passing the Indian Civil Service? Discuss the important features of real civilization put forward by the writer in Hind Swaraj. So, this was the question paper of last year 2021.